Hello again, Glitch Reaper here. I'm back for some more Minecraft as we go, and I did do a little, well, I'm not entirely sure if it's best to call it exploration off camera in between, but I kind of got lost. I may have found another bastion and grabbed a bit, and I may have found a warped forest finally, and then accidentally set off an Enderman before I was ready to take it on and get the warped Nelium I was after, and got knocked out. So I'm gonna have to re-navigate that. Uh, so I did manage to pop down some coordinates first, so that's a good thing. There's reasons why I got myself a darn lips. That's a weird way to say it there. A book and quill. Yeah, there we go. The thing is, I'm gonna do this a little more old school if I can. Let's see, where am I putting... I had a spot where I was putting the... Well, actually, I kind of need to hold on to those in case stuff goes wrong. But, more so, what I need to do is I need to get myself... And yeah, I did find an ancient debris in one of those, things. Well, and some netherite scraps, so... I'm hoping to find more whenever I get back to the Bastion I was originally tagging to explore. Yeah, that got off kilter real fast. Okay, now, let's see here. I have a lot of black stone. I have a little more cobble, yeah. I'm gonna need a lot of building materials. I have a good chunk of netherrack, but... Okay, that'll kind of work. It's hard to trust dirt. I have some calcite. That'll show up pretty well in the nether. I don't want to use my stone for this. Just putting together a lot of miscellaneous blocks, because there's an old way of navigating the nether that I can do, so I can get back to there, but the flip side is you might have to build way up before you can go back down and find where you're going, because the old school method is to go to the top of the nether. And I'll also need to have probably more sticks than that. Because, well, I don't know if it'll take that much, but the thing is making me click a lot again because of how it works. I'll be glad whenever I finally figure that part out. Here we go. I will need more of the cobble for some pickaxes, because I'm going to probably go through a lot of stone picks. It's just how this part kind of works out. Because they don't last very long. However, in exchange, I'll have a lot of stuff back. So we'll see about that. But yeah, again, I was able to take down some coordinates right before disaster struck. Just a moment. I need to pause for just a second. Okay, I'm back on. And on further consideration, I just remembered something else I could probably do to help myself out. So, let me see. Do I have an axe here? Yeah, I do. Because I think I'm going to chop down one of these trees to get myself a bit more wood, because I'm thinking of also getting myself plenty of ladders. Because I'm going to do something I actually did in one of my first worlds. I'm going to build up to the top of the nether, and from there I'm going to pretty much just figure out my coordinates and go over to them and go back down, but first I'm going to go up in a way where I can make myself a nice ladder. And that way pretty much whatever I have to dig through will be fine. Ah, bonus sticks. Always nice. Did I get no saplings from that? Wouldn't have mattered anyhow, because I do have some extra. But still, it's a little disappointing there. Why? Because it just kind of always is. Okay, let's see here. Here's the extra spruce that I was going to use. I was just going to see how far this goes for me. And I might need to use some of this ladder later for something, so we'll see. Actually, that might not even be enough. Huh. Okay, so that might be a thing. I hope this calcite is tough enough to make it. I know blackstone is, but why am I even worrying about using netherrack as a building material? I mean, it could help me up a little bit, but in the end, it's not going to be blast resistant enough. Because I need to be able to protect wherever I'm going from, well, gas blasts. So, there is that. I don't want to use my obsidian for it. Okay, let's try this out a little bit old school, a little bit new school, and kind of just a combination of things. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. So the first step is to basically just pick an area to go straight up and start making a bit of a channel. Okay. So I'm gonna have to be able to hop up this way. Not gonna need that there. Let's start off with blackstone first. It's not the most visible thing in the nether, but it'll do. Oh. Well, there's that little demonstration of why I tried making it surrounded. Heh. Epic timing. Trying to make an upward support shaft for this. Aha! This is one of these old school maneuvers you probably don't see very often. Is building yourself a very delicate upward shaft. And also making sure to support your journey upward with lots and lots of ladders. By the way, that bastion that I'd found before isn't really that far away. It's just one of those things where navigating the new Nether three-dimensionally makes it confusing and where you don't necessarily see the path immediately. So it's just like I curve around a bit, I see it, and I'm there. But I have to still go the path of the Crimson Forest, so there's still that. I'm gonna need just a ton of blocks for this. I may have to even go mining just so I can grab some cobblestone. Now we don't have a soul sandstone yet. That's one thing we do not have. Okay, I get there. I burrow upward. It should be nice. Is that guy trying to sneak up on me over here? Doesn't seem to be. On the other hand, I probably need to protect this a little bit more here. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely need more various kinds of stone. On the other hand, at least I can do that pretty easily. So I should be fine. So I'm just gonna kind of go a little old school here. And while I'm burrowing around, that'd be a good time to just kind of discuss a few things. Kind of. So do I have any torch? I don't have extra torches here, so it's okay. I think I'll be fine. Anyhow, still trying to figure out that Curse Forge thing. If you're watching this while I'm current with that, I thought for a moment that I could basically just update a few things, but that's not the issue, including like trying to get a better version of Java. So I may have to keep trying a few different things to see if I can load a version that works. Because it may be a specific version of Java that's having issues with. Because that's what my ATL launcher said. And I might be able to get that working. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to get back to my Forge. If ATL works and Forge doesn't, and I haven't really been able to test that far yet, then I might be able to transfer things to an ATL profile. On the other hand, I could also use ATL to form a completely new thing and go with that, because I kind of have a little bit of an interesting vision of going forwards a bit, because I'm thinking of doing a heavy magic pack on 1.16 point, well, whichever one has the most magic mods. And then that would probably help out pretty well with that. Because I still want to do some magic series. Different sorts. And there's a lot of things that are kind of going with the themes of Thaumcraft, even though Thaumcraft has not been updated past 1.12 yet. Well, 1.12.2 to be specific. Now, there is somebody working on it, so that's not gonna be a problem forever. That is definitely something confirmed, is that Azenor has handed it off to somebody, so eventually it will be, well, more of it. But that person is also incredibly busy at this exact time, so it's just one issue after another with that. But, hey, you never know. I mean, does that mean that we'll have Thaumcraft 7 at some point? Maybe. Maybe. You never know how these things go. But at least it means it's possible to have a port of Thaumcraft 6. Even if we don't go to, like, more versions with more content later. And, oh, that didn't layer over. Oh, thank goodness. I just had something pop up that I'm still also trying to figure out. Because my Windows, which has been activated and updated and all that stuff, is still trying to tell me to do something with it. So it keeps popping up a message once in a while and annoying me. So that's a thing. Yeah, that might be enough to reach all the way up there. We'll see, we'll see. And maybe... see, do I have a spare... yeah, I have spare regular buckets. Oh yeah, I was using this as my new, like, equipment and special tools thing, so I'll put that up there, because I do need at least some empty slot. Be nice. But yeah, if I can get back to that warp forest, it would be really cool. But I'm gonna have to kind of chase it down using some old school methods. But as for the Curse Forge thing, I've been pondering, would I be willing to go practically vanilla only? And I'm thinking, maybe? I mean, it's gotten pretty good on its own now. So, there is that. And that's like, well, by vanilla, the darn lips. By vanilla only, I do mean that I would also take advantage of certain ways of coding it that's particularly cool. I mean, I do know it's possible to explore the old only one command thing. So I do have some alternatives if I can't find any other way to play modded. But I doubt that all the launchers are having the same problem for me. I mean, if something's broken in my base Minecraft installation, it will be tremendously difficult to take care of. Because if whatever they're doing is breaking modded, then I don't know if there's anything I could do about it for a while anyhow. I mean, there is the possibility of being able to do a fresh install after backing up, like, tons of stuff. But even that would be very tricky. And it would take a lot of time. And that's something that I'm not sure if I have enough of right now. Oh, I think I'm getting close. Okay. Where are you, Gasp? Now I have height advantage over you. Kind of. It still managed to smart. Just was barely off angle. Barely. And it still managed to hit me. I was actually higher up than the Ghast, and it still managed to hit me. So that was a thing. Okay, we are almost high enough to start burrowing up to the very top of the Nether. There was an alternate thing I used to do with this where I used nether brick fence, but... or something like it, so I could see out. Maybe I arranged it something different. I'd have to recheck, but... Oh yeah, that's right, that also requires me to possibly use a different launcher to reload my old world. Okay. Because I just remembered that the only way to load my old world was with Technic. Do I have a shovel? No, I don't have a shovel right now, and I'm still falling. That's kind of funny. But yeah, okay. And can you put ladders on soul soil? That's a very good question. Now, the thing is, I can actually just leap back and float down here, so if I have a lava pocket, it should just settle on top of the ladder. Bigger thing is I have soul soil here, and nowhere to put it. Well. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, that's right, I do have a bundle. What am I thinking? I have bundles now. Well, oh yeah, I'm thinking if only it would actually let me do the bundling thing, then yeah. Yeah, I'll grab that later. Okay, let's just climb up as much as I can. I'm gonna need a ton of ladder for this. Oh, the trees. The trees will be having serious issues. Of course, there's more than one way to do it. I can go diagonal for a bit. That might be able to help me, because the point is, if I get pretty much the... I am there! Okay, okay, I am there. I didn't even get to check my height, and now I know I am at the top of the Nether. Okay, yeah, forgot how fast you could do that, actually, because it has been a long time since I've had to burrow to the top of the Nether. Okay, now I can check my coordinates and start going in that direction and go through an absolute ton of pickaxes. Okay, now where was it? Minus 372, positive 372. Okay. And whenever I say in, that means it's in the Nether, so I'm using this as my coordinates book. Okay, so... first I need to figure out which way I need to walk. Okay, so this is okay, so that's just affecting that one. Looks like that's going positive. So if I get to 372 this way. Oh, I probably should have myself a bucket ready. Well, actually, just having blocks ready will be good enough. But anyhow, once I get to 372... then I'll be able to get myself to negative 372 from there. And gradually move myself down, and should come out pretty much on top of the biome I found. This is an old way of navigating the Nether, like really old school. I'm not sure if it's even considered suggestible anymore, but I mean, it kind of isn't, but again, I have ways of dealing with that. Like, I have a few spare blocks. So if I wind up hitting lava, I can back up real fast and block it. So I should be fine that way. In fact, I should probably be concentrating on using this nether rack rather than just the cobblestone. But if it works, it works. Then maybe after... Because I have a reason for this. The thing is, if I could find an Enderman in any given biome that has Nillium, they can move it. Because if they're in a Crimson Forest, then they can move the Crimson Nillium, and I can get that as an item, and then move it around, and kind of make more of it, make my nether stuff grow on it. You know, I can basically use some bone meal, and then I'll be able to just get some more crimson nether stuff whenever I want. And the same thing's true for warped, but you have to use it on its corresponding area to get that kind of stuff, and is also able to be spread to netherrack if you have it nearby. So being able to spread the biome how you want it is a big deal. And actually, now that I'm thinking of that, I should probably head in and out to handle this. But I don't know, let's see how long this particular pickaxe lasts. Will this actually get me to 372, which is where I did it? Of course, it's not going to be exactly there. But anyhow, the point is, get Nelium, be able to spread stuff using bone meal, including, of course, the Nelium. And then I can get all sorts of stuff after that, because I would like to be able to grow warped fungus, because I like its version of wood. I really like its version of wood by how the colors look. And I'd like to be able to build with that. But to be able to do that, I'm going to need to get to the warped forest, and that's not exactly navigated to as easily as knowing where the coordinates are, because navigating in the nether is, yeah, three-dimensional. As you can see, there is a down, and it is going quite down. I'm going to leave that block there as a reminder of there's a crimson forest right below me. Or at least, well, it looks a little mixed, actually. Maybe that's an embankment of soul sand, or maybe the biomes are colliding? I can't tell from here exactly how that's going. But, yeah, there's a reason for that somewhere. Okay. Need more. Need myself some more. Well, do I? No, I can't make them out of netherrack set. I have some things I need to put up though. I was originally also gonna saddle myself a strider. That would have been cool. And I probably should hold on to that stuff for later, because you never know. They might be hanging around the biome. So that's definitely a thing. That's definitely a thing. Wow, I really went quite some distance here already, actually. This is, again, kind of like what I did with my first world with getting kind of a nether hub built, where I'd have paths leading up to the top of the nether, then I'd navigate from there. Of course, I also had a ton of resources built up over time, so I made rails. And did kind of a rail cart system around the nether. I might do that again. Also, it would give me new locations to jump from for going for the new cave terrains. Because I do have enough obsidian to pull off another jump. And in fact, I have enough to pull off two. So that would be nice. Wow, that was a lot. Okay. I have enough to make a couple of more pickaxes, and that should help me out quite a bit. After that, I'm gonna need to make more to get more cobblestone. But yeah, that was intense. Okay, because I can bring up some of that blackstone if I'm lucky. Grab more of that, because that can also be used to make pickaxes. That was a nice addition. It's not like aesthetically anything different than a regular pickaxe. Like, it's not like they give you a blackstone pickaxe. It would be cool if it had an alternate texture, but it doesn't really. It doesn't really. I mean, I really wish it did. I mean, there's like identical to cobblestone except texture stuff in Abyssalcraft, where you have your darkstone tools. I mean, they just literally have like the same stats as regular stone tools, except they're made out of a different type of stone. So it's mainly just they look different, but it's also thematically appropriate because it's a different type of stone, it has a different texture itself, so the tools need to look that way too. So it's just kind of a logical thing. But here, not so much. You can get black stone, you can make certain things out of it that you normally would out of cobble. But after that, things just kind of go the other way, because it's just like suddenly it's just back to just looking like you made them out of regular cobblestone. So it's like, what's the big diff if you do that? Not really, not really a big difference. So that's just kind of something. But it's just a little thought there is, why do they not have like an alternate texture at least? Even if it still says stone sword when you make a sword out of it, wouldn't you want it to look darker just because you made it out of a darker stone? It's just only logical, you know. It's not necessarily something that you really need to happen, but it's something that would look cool and be thematic. But, you know, again, just a tag that says what kind of stone it was made from, to give it a slightly different texture. And then there you go. No big deal. Not much of a difference there. Just thematically appropriate because you made it from a different stone. So, made it from black stone, it looks darker. That would be very, very thematically appropriate. It would still have all the same properties, it would just look just slightly different. So it wouldn't be too big of a deal, it would just be aesthetically on point. So that's just kind of my thought on that. Is it would be nice if they just did an alternate texture thing. And that way you'd know, hey, I made this in the Nether out of blackstone. But that's just not how it goes. Oh well, I mean, just my thoughts on it. I am actually making some pretty good speed here. I have not had any major interruptions for a while. I haven't even had, like, an ore show up in this direction. That's just or maybe I've just kind of missed it because I've been focusing on making sure I don't fall somewhere. How far am I? Wow, I really have made some serious headway. Also out of pickaxe. Okay. Well, that's interesting. You can see how I've progressed, and that if I do this right, I should have myself out at a warp forest. So I'm probably going to actually pause for a while now, since you kind of got the idea of me making this little pathway. I'll go out one way, then I'll go out the other way, and then start going down from there in a nice diagonal. So I should be I should be able to do that fairly soon, so I think I'll pause for a while, and whenever I'm back, I'll have that mostly set up. I mean, mostly. So, I mean, I'll be ready to do the downward thing, and then see where I need to go from there. I mean, I do have some weeping vines to help me get down, and a bit of bone meal to help it extend faster. So, I can make a downward run whenever I need to. And that's something really cool that's a unique nether resource, is these weeping vines. I mean, the twisting vines are even more unique. They go up. But these allow you to make makeshift growable ladders that you can grow from the top of something and go down. I mean, you can kind of do that with regular vines too, but it seems to be just way faster to do it this way. So it's like really good at descending and ascending. So if you need to go one way or the other real quick, you can totally do it. So I'll get myself some more materials, make myself a couple more, a couple more pickaxes, and then I should be back after a while, after I've... Oh, and I do need to dump off materials, so I'll be back after I get that path mostly done. Okay, I know I said I was gonna get back to it whenever I had things mostly done. I do have it seriously more done, but just think of this while I'm running by. Look at the biome, and just see that the ones I had to work with nearest to me are absolutely huge. So the Soul Sand Valley and the Crimson Forest that are next to me are massive. I'm pretty sure that the Crimson Forest I have next to me kind of wrapped around and kind of collided with the Soul Sand Valley right about there. And that's why that's at that spot, because it's just they're both just massive, just massive. So that happened. So it's no wonder I'm having a hard time finding some of the other biomes. Although it was easy for me to find where the basalt delta was nearby. I just had to actually have a moment to actually get to it. So yeah, well, it wasn't really that hard to get to it either. It's just I had to find a good, nice slope to work with. After that, became mostly jumping around. And then became getting myself lost in it and finding a warped forest that I could barely make note of in time. So, yeah, that all happened in between things, and now here I am mining my way back towards a warped forest. Because I really do want that warped Nelium. Because I have plenty of netherrack, and partially that's because of this mining here through it. And is it just me, or is the top of the nether a lot calmer than it has been in some intermediate versions? Because I just haven't seen much in the way of lava pockets. And in terms of, like, enemies spawning here, not very much. I mean, you used to have, like, crowds and crowds of what are now Ziglins, or zombified piglins. Used to be zombie pigmen, showing up all the time over here at the top. Often interrupting you, not on your journey outward, but on your journey back. Like, it would be pretty obvious that whenever you'd be mining around, that you'd eventually find them. And so when you was going out, you'd avoid them pretty well. And then whenever you was going back, there they would be. So they present themselves pretty well, but that's not really much of a thing here, and that is a humongous gap. Okay, now I'm seeing ores, but they're way down there. Just had a double place because of that thing, didn't it? Oh well. But yeah, as I was saying, it's actually a lot calmer up here than it used to be. That's pretty cool. Okay, it says I'm above a nether waste right now, which is also a fairly large biome. This seems to also have a bit of a wraparound to it. They're a little more likely to have a nether fort, so I might see one at some point whenever I get back down. Is it just me, or have they overhauled just how easy it is to mine netherrack? Because 'Cause I don't remember that being noted specifically, but I'm pretty sure they did it during the Nether update. So I'm pretty sure that's just a detail that I just kind of missed, is overhauled netherrack to be more easily mined, including by hand. In fact, check this out. Did you used to be able to mine netherrack that fast by hand? Because I don't think so. I think that has been overhauled, and in a very good way. I mean, I'm still going to do it by pickaxe because it is way faster, but still, just pointing that out there for a moment, that I don't remember back in the day netherrack being that quick to mine by hand. I think I remember it taking quite some time if you had an inappropriate tool or by hand. And now, but as soon as you had a pickaxe, you were really just zippity-doo-dah. You just had a double place again, didn't you? You just had to do it. So, controller is still trolling me. Well, it's the controller, but does it really have to be that literal about it? Okay, I'm almost there. So we'll see how well I can go down. And if I need to use my special new tactics. Which is pretty sweet. Again, Nether update really put some nice resources in there for you. And to be perfectly fair, you could probably locate weeping vines easier than you can regular vines, because getting to the Nether is easier than finding a swamp or a jungle. Because in the end, you will always be able to find the Nether. Well, I wouldn't say always. I mean, you can get seriously behind on resources in certain ways that would be able to get you there, but I'd say usually you might have more luck getting to the Nether and finding a Crimson Forest than you would finding regular vines. So I would kind of suggest it that way. Just remember to wear a little bling or be ready to run or to fight or something. Fight or flight, one way or the other. Okay, now it says we're directly over the warp. When did I enter it? Oh, I entered it a while back, actually. I was just concentrating on the coordinates so much. Okay, so I may have overdid a little that way, but that gives me some room to go down. So I don't trust how high up I am. Not by a long shot. Should be down there shortly. Kind of. I think I saw particle fluctuation. Is that just me, or did an Enderman just show up, or maybe that was a particle fluctuation from the biome? I thought I saw something. There's a particle nearby. Still pretty high up, though. But I'm also still in the forest biome. So I should be good. Well, until of course I lose my pickaxe. But hey, that happens. Don't know how far down I'm going to need to go before I find some. I know one thing, it won't be going all the way down to bedrock. That would be a very weird thing if I slant mined my way all the way from the top to the bottom of the Nether. And just whiffed the entire forest biome that I'm on top of. That would be unique. And that would be very disappointing. I'd be like, hey, I wanted to actually see the trees again, thank you. I mean, I got there before. I'd like to get back. Okay, it says I'm still on top. Aha! There we go. Hello, beautiful. Nice to see you again after our little escapade. Yeah. carrying... Yes, they're carrying Warpnilium. But, do I, I'll need to get this out or something. Okay, let's hope this works. Drop that block. I want that nilium. Give me the nilium. I want that. Just hand it over. Hand it over. Hand it over. I don't want to do this more often than I have to. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to... Okay, you go over there. And do I have something else I can toss? Not much. Actually, I'll be getting a lot more of those, so that should be fine. Did I get exactly what I wanted? Yes, I got the Warpnilium and the Ender Pearl. So, that's good. That is what I came here for. Well, that and maybe some twisting vines. Oh, there they are. At least I know I can do that faster now. Oops. Didn't mean to do it that way. But I do want them. I really, really do want them. Okay. Actually, I probably should have done that a moment ago. Kind of. The controls are still doing that thing. Now, if I remember right, I think I get a higher chance of harvesting it if I use shears. Yeah, I get like guaranteed with shears. That ought to work for a while. I think I can bone meal you too. Yes, yes, twisting vines. It's also something I really wanted. Okay, I'm feeling much better now. I got the resources I've been trying to get. These are nice little extras. Come on, get in there. Yeah, there you go. Okay. If only I didn't have a double clicking issue, then I would more easily be able to handle my new bundles, but no, they just don't want to work with me there. Other sprouts? Still something I might be able to decorate with later. If I could... Come on, yep, trying to be gentle with as much as I try to be gentle with it, it still doesn't let me. Okay. So now I should be able to be fine and leave the rest of the Endermen just to themselves. Okay, where is my hole that I came in? That way? I also just grabbed something else. Another Ender Pearl. There we go. Is it up that way or the other way? I think you may... Aha! Here's where I came in. I think. Where is my entry hole? I know I got... Oh, okay, it's over this way, that's right. At least I think so. Yeah, I remember this embankment. I have to go up this way. Again, visibility in the Nether really helps. You have anything to place mark for you? Which I am kind of lacking right now. Don't even have some cobble. That's bad. Oh, you would totally do that. But I am liking how this harvests faster by hand. Even if it doesn't really harvest, it breaks faster by hand. Sometimes that's all you need, is just it getting out of your way faster, so... Yeah, okay, I have what I need. I can do all sorts of stuff now. I can grow these warp fungus into magnificent fungal wood. And I can become great fungal trees, and I can make all sorts of things out of them. So I have accomplished that. And I've gotten some warp nelium to work with as well. And it'll help me get other things too, not just that. But you do have to grow a nether fungus on its corresponding color of nelium, which is why it was so important for me to get here. Because, sure, I had the warp fungus, but it wasn't going to be renewable for me in terms of the wood until I was able to grow it in the first place. Now, in terms of getting more of the fungus, you can get some of the opposite whenever you sprinkle nelium. Like, if you sprinkle a bit of bone meal on crimson nelium, you can sometimes get a warped fungus, and vice versa. But to actually grow them into their huge versions, and to get that kind of nether wood, you definitely need to color match, and that's the point of me going all this way. There may be other sources of getting nelium, like, I don't know, you might be able to get them in a bastion or something. I'm trying to remember if there's some that you can find in the chests, but I think there is. I'd like to say yes, but I don't know if it's biased towards one color or the other, or if it's 50-50, even if it is in there. So I'd have to look that up. I would have to look that up with the wiki, is trying to find out how the nelium works out as loot, and if it's even as loot. Because I know that I'd found a bastion earlier, and I don't know what all it's going to be able to give me. I'm hoping to maybe find some nether wart in a bastion. Like, I'm hoping that I know they expanded that. I just don't know if I'll have the right substructure, because I think there's like a nether wart farm you can find in them once in a while. And that allows you to get a little extra nether wart that way. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to look out and find myself a fortress again. That's going to be interesting. So I'm definitely going to have to find its farm. But now that I have plenty of netherrack, and I've got some nice seed nelium, I think I can handle this. And if I just happen to have an enderman in a crimson forest, I might get some of that nelium too. So we'll see. I mean, they could show up all over the place in the nether now, because they are planeswalkers, so they will shift dimension whenever they feel like it. Of course, it's never when the player's looking. Or is that what happens when an enderman despawns specifically? They don't despawn the normal way. They just go out of the dimension. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, sorry I had to mug a few ender folk for the proper nelium, but it's the only way I can get it right now. I mean, if silk touching things was easier, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. But unfortunately, that's just not how things are. But I'm back home. I have what I came for, and way more than that, for that matter. I mean, I'm loaded on resources right now. I mean, thank goodness for the bundle. It really saved me from being able to get overfilled so easily. But yeah, it's interesting also that there is warped wart blocks, but yet there is no where was I? There's no warped nether warts. So that's kind of an interesting bias. I might keep some of these on me at all times, because I'd like to grow more. Because you never know when you're going to need them. Come on, get out there. There you go. Ah, I'll be able to grow that now. That'll be so cool. Oh, I've been wanting that for so long. Meanwhile, let's put down just a little twisting vine. Can I put that anywhere? And just go up. Okay, that double placed. But I have shears. Okay, here's what I'm wondering. Yuck! Look at the size of this! Oh my gosh. The view is amazing up here. I just put this vine here in the middle of nowhere. And now I have myself the... Oh, and I can see I have... You know, I can use this just to look out and do things that way. It's just... This is awesome. I'm loving this. Like, sky islands of any sort from any source, I will be able to get up to from now on using these vines. Like, this is how cool this is. And I could also use this to probably bypass a lot of the shenanigans at an end city to get myself Elytra in the future. That's totally a thing I could do. Meanwhile, this stuff might just keep growing up into the sky. Oh, that'll be fascinating. And, oh man, I could use this as an Elytra launcher too. Just let that keep growing all the way up, and whenever the extended height hits in, just go soaring everywhere. Oh, that would just be beautiful. Of course, I also still need to find a Nether fort so I can get myself some Eyes of Ender. We'll see whenever it comes to that. But now I don't need to worry about that. I do have myself my nice warped forest biome stuff on the rise now, so that's gonna be awesome. So I got myself some farming to do, and later some raiding to do, and some more. So I have all sorts of things I can do in before they finally let me play this world in the absolute newest versions of the Caves and Cliffs update, because they temporarily have that thing going where you can't enter a previous world, and that kind of sucks. Oh well, I'll see whenever we get there. So yeah. For now, I'll be logging off. Hope to hear from you all later. And bye for now, everybody.